I met up with my host. And so we took a ride through the mountains and down into the valley, a 2-hour ride outside of Medellin, where it was nothing but forest and brush and all that shit. And so I went to what you call a stash house. Went in the stash house, and there's maybe 3,000 kilograms of cocaine on pallets, from the floor to the ceiling.
Would that fill up this room?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
And so that was the nerve center of her business.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I got a Charles Crosby interview here. If you don't know who he is, he was Griselda Blanco's boyfriend at the height of her career. This is from Say Cheese, so let's get right into it.
So that's actually like right around the time when we kidnapped and robbed a drug dealer. It was around that time. Saw on television, and there were some women drug dealers, but I didn't know they existed to that degree. That's like cream of the crop, So a light bulb went off in my head. Damn, what if I could meet this woman one day? And she could be that divide, you know what I'm saying, from me being a street dealer to me being a major dealer, you know what I mean? So, and I've always been extremely smart, I aced my classes when I went, aced my classes, English, science. So several years later, I met a woman who actually used to work for Griselda in Miami. She was a Panamanian chick. And so I sat with her. I'm like, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I'll give you whatever you need. I need you to form a bridge between myself and Griselda Blanco. She said, okay. She said, I'll reach out. She's in prison, but I don't know exactly which prison she's in, but she's doing time. She got like 35 years, she said.
Ooh.
So she found out where she was at. She was actually 20 minutes from my house in California, right outside of Oakland. So she's let me write her letter first, and then you can follow up. So she wrote her letter saying, this is Guy. He's infatuated with you. He's a great guy. Solid guy. So she wrote her. Then I wrote her, and she was receptive to what I said, and that's how I kicked off.
Mm. She wrote you back, or did she call you?
She wrote me back originally.
Okay.
The first phone call I received was around the 4th of July.
Mm. How long was that from when she wrote you back?
It was several months because I was the beginning of 1991.
Mm. And what was that first convo like?
Well, someone had called me from New York, informed me that Griselda would be calling me momentarily. So it's okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Was you nervous?
Oh, very nervous. I was extremely nervous because this was my idol, for 5-6 years. So she called me. I answered the phone. She said, may I speak to Charlie? I said, this is me. She said, how are you? So, we talked. And maybe about 15 or 20 minutes. But during that phone conversation, she was basically, it was more like an interview, and so obviously I passed because I got a second phone call. And so that's what really kicked it off.
Did she speak good English?
She spoke fairly good English.
Mm. And then y'all start talking more and more. 2 calls a day to 4 calls a day.
And that transpired to visits, personal visits.
What was it like the first time y'all seen each other?
How long from the first call to y'all going to the visit? That's what I want to know.
She called me early one morning. she said, Charles, it's time for us to meet in person. You know, this is very important. You know, I've become very fond
Are
of
you
you.
telling your friends? Are you telling anybody? Like, are you happy? Like, are you keeping it to
Well,
yourself?
at that point, I kept it under wraps at that point. So,
because I would have told the whole hood, everybody would have fucking.
yeah, well, that came later. But so like, I kept it under wraps.
And him telling the whole hood probably would have messed up his opportunity somehow, because you know how everybody be hating.
I went to the prison, got there about 7:30. Visits from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Went through the metal detector, you know, escorted to the visit facility. Waited for about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes so they could bring her in. And I would say it was a surreal moment at that point because, like I say, you know, that was my hero. And she walked over to me. We embraced, we kissed. And she sat down and we just talked for all those hours.
Mm. Did she tell jokes? Was she nice? Because when the name Griselda Blanco comes up, we get serious, we get mean vibes, we get gangster. You know, what was her personality like towards you?
Griselda, she was very cordial. You know, of course, we know she was a gangster, but it was also another side of her as well. She was very cordial. She was very respectful. Crack jokes even.
Mm. Did other people ever write her letters and stuff like that, or was?
From my understanding, yes, but she would just tear them up and throw them away. You know, she just wanted to do her time, get out, and go back to Colombia with her family.
So what made him special?
So, according to your Vlad interview, you've seen her hundreds of times, damn near. Like you went to the jail 100, like
300,
a lot.
300 to be exact.
300 times. Did any one time stick out more than the other, or?
To be honest with you, no, because, you know, we had developed such an emotional attachment for each other. It was like, you know, you going to visit your girlfriend, you know.
Mm-hmm. So y'all become boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yes.
And there were reports that you cheated on her and she put out a hit on you. Is that true?
Yes. So like, it was this Caucasian lady at the very first visit, actually. Her name was Amber. A very beautiful lady, blonde hair, blue eyes. Maybe about 5 feet, 10 inches tall.
Tall bird.
So we slid into a conversation before Griselda came out because she was there waiting for her cousin to come out as well for the visit. And she gave me her phone number. One day I'm bored, so I called her. So we agreed to meet. So we started a relationship where, you know, we would take trips together. I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing, you know, with another woman. And so her cousin, the one she would come to visit, confided in her cellmate. Once Amber told her, well, I'm with Charles. And everybody knew me, you know, because everybody knew Griselda in the prison. So she cautioned Amber, like, you know, that's not a good thing because Griselda is very crazy and she's very jealous. She's territorial. So, you know, so that's not a good thing, not only for you, but for me, because I'm in here with Griselda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and any enemy of hers, you know, so you know how it go. If Amber's her enemy, her cousin's the enemy. So she gonna get the closest thing to Amber. So, so the cousin confided in her cellmate. So the cellmate, you know, most of it was loyal to Griselda. She said she wouldn't say anything, but she did. So she confided into this lesbian chick named Chical. She was from Cuba. And Chacal told Griselda. And so that's when Griselda hired a private eye. And so followed us, documented some things that I shouldn't have been doing with Amber. And that's when she tried to have me killed.
Did Griselda ever tell you that she knew that you?
She never told me until afterwards.
But she knew everything you were doing with her because the private eye.
Yes.
And when did she open up to you that she knows what's going on?
Okay, so after I got shot, I went to visit her in prison. And, well, let's back up a little bit. So after I got shot.
I feel like if he was researching, he would have known that when Griselda found out, she had him shot. But whatever, let's go.
Well, let's back up a little bit. So after I got shot, I'm recuperating at home.
And you got shot in Oakland?
Yeah, East Oakland. So I'm recuperating at home. So as you alluded to, I spoke to Griselda, 3, 4, 5, 6 times every day. So the phone calls just went radio silent. This was right after I got shot. So that was kind of troubling to me. So she called maybe 3 days later. Amber answered the phone because I was going to let it ring.
Of
Amber
course.
answered the phone, so I got on the phone. So
that's hilarious.
It was Griselda talking shit. I know you laying up in bed right now with a white bitch, the same bitch you've been cheating on me with.
And she
if you don't
answered
come
the
visit
phone.
me tomorrow, those little guys, they gonna finish the job, right? In fact, look out your window. Looked out the window. There was a car in front of my house.
Oh, hell no.
And it drove off. So I went to visit her the next day.
I bet you did.
She told me, you've been cheating on me with the white bitch. So you got to come clean now. You got to fess up right now. And if you don't, you're not going to leave this prison alive. And I knew she meant business because, the guards, they were, on her payroll. So they answered to her and not the other way around. So, we talking, and she got so upset that I was kind of like in denial. And so she grabbed me across the table, choking me across the table. And she sat down after she, was satisfied with what she had done.
Okay.
So I said, use some explicit language with her. Don't ever do this again, bitch.
You said that to her?
I said that to Griselda because I felt embarrassed. Everybody was looking. It was an embarrassing moment for a man to get choked by a woman. But at the very same time, I'm still recovering from this bullet wound in my arm. So.
And that had nothing to do with you cheating, right? You getting shot in your arm?
Yes, that's when I got shot.
Wow.
Brother, respect to your platform once again, but how did you not put that together with that? That's why he got shot. He has said, this is what I'm saying. I've seen many of his interviews. He has said this plenty of times. He was talking about Cocaine Cowboys too. Did a story on him. I might need to watch it, but you couldn't look that up and get the information, brother.
That's when I got shot.
I thought that was your whole different.
No, that's when I got shot right here.
So that was from her?
Yes. That was days before the visit when she summoned me to the prison.
Were they trying to kill you or was that a warning?
Well, to be honest with you, I was wearing a bulletproof vest. So, and the vest absorbed some of the bullets. So without the vest, I would have died. So I don't think it was a warning shot per se.
Wow, I got my head is spinning. So
I bet.
You get shot. Okay, so let's back up. You get shot in your arm. Do you even know where that came from? Before you knew she was mad, did you even know that was from Griselda?
I had no idea I had no idea, zero idea. And I started having some thoughts and some suspicions, you know, after the phone calls dropped off. You know, one day and then 2 days, and I'm like, you know, it's kind of odd. I get shot, and then, you know, I don't hear from Griselda.
Do you think, was she bipolar?
No. She wasn't bipolar at all. Griselda was very intelligent. You know, she was very intelligent.
No, she wasn't bipolar. She was upset that her boyfriend was cheating on her, that she just made a millionaire. What, brother? Okay.
But she was not no ordinary woman. You know, the things that some women may accept, you know, she was willing to kill you over it.
So you looked out your window when y'all were on the phone and you seen the car outside?
Yeah, I seen the car outside.
So she knew everything about where you lived? Because you opened up to her as well. When y'all, you know, she knew the shit she would tell you would tell her certain things.
Yeah, well, see, by that time I had moved. You know, I was in a much more affluent neighborhood. So she knew everything about me.
How did the white girl react? Did you tell her? Did she know? Did she try to kill her too? Or
okay, no. So over the course of the 3 days I didn't hear from Griselda, you know, she was at my house, the white girl, Amber, you know. So she told me, she said, you know, something happened to my cousin in jail. I'm like, well, what happened to your cousin in jail? She's like, well, she was beat up. And so I'm like, she was beat up. That's kind of peculiar. You know, I get shot, your cousin get beat up. So, and then she told me, she said, well, I told my cousin that I was dating you. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
Why the fuck would you do
So
that?
then my suspicions went through the roof. And as I suspected, Griselda had known about it because she told her cousin.
So she chokes you at the table, you cuss her out. Do y'all get back closer again, or is it kind of, it's never the same?
Well, so after she calmed down a bit, and I asked her, I'm like, Griselda, have I ever been dishonest with you? Have I ever stolen anything from you? Have I ever betrayed you, aside from sleeping with a white bitch? I said, I've always been on the level with you, you know, always, you know. And so her anger kind of dissipated. And so she forgave me. She said, I'll forgive you, but there cannot be any more reoccurrences of this behavior. So we shook hands, we hugged, and that was the end of that.
So wait, after you've been shot already. Like you felt wrong, right? Like rightfully so?
Of course. But at the end of the day, I'm a man.
Exactly.
You know, men love beautiful women.
He was a young man.
Did you explain that to her?
Well, I told her, I said, you know, it's not that I loved her, you know, it's more or less that you're locked up. I can't be with you anytime I want to. You know, we have to have engaged in stolen sexual moments, you know, where we have to pay $1,500 each time. So, and I said, I can't have you, you know, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So what am I supposed to do? I'm a man.
And what did she say?
She's like, I understand that, but your loyalty is to me first and foremost. She said, because at the end of the day, those bitches that you're running with, or the bitch you was running with, you know, she's not going to do anything for you, or not as much as I've done for you.
She ain't going to give you 50 keys for free. Shit.
Were you still fucking other women on the side?
Yes.
Very rarely. You know,
I know you were scared as shit though, looking through the bushes, looking under the car.
Absolutely. You know, and the thing, you know, I'm a young man. You know, I'm in my 20s, my mid 20s, my early to mid 20s.
Rich.
You know, at that age, your dick get hard if the wind blow too hard. You know.
I mean, this woman is powerful. Like,
exceptionally powerful.
I mean, guys that can just sit outside your house and know your whereabouts. I mean, you're a respected guy in East Oakland, California. I mean, what were some things that were you ever blown away on how powerful she really was? Like, what were certain things that you witnessed of her power?
Okay, so I received a call early one morning for me to go to Colombia. So, you know, I was informed that some tickets are waiting for me, American Airlines. So I went to Colombia. I met up with my host. And so we took a ride through the mountains and down into the valley, a 2-hour ride outside of Medellin, where it was nothing but forest and brush and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to what you call a stash house, just a cinder block building in the middle of nowhere, right?
They probably built it.
And went in the stash house, and there's maybe 3,000 kilograms of cocaine on pallets, you know, from the floor to the ceiling.
Would that fill up this room?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
And so, and that was the nerve center of her business. And that blew me away. This woman is in prison doing a 35-year sentence, federal sentence, and she's still running the show. That blew me away. That's power.
Big show camera,
how many
dog.
people were, can you recall on how many people were like working this house or there protecting it?
It was maybe about 12 guys there. They were all dressed in army fatigues. You know, it was a table with radios that they kept in contact. And actually, while I was there, a plane actually landed. You know what I'm saying? It was a little landing strip. And loaded up maybe 300 keys. And he took off back to the States.
Boss.
Did she ever did she ever because why did you go out there for business purposes, if you don't mind me asking?
See, she and I had become so close. She wanted me to experience everything.
And
before he continues, brother, I know you was young. You know, I might have did the same thing. But you don't cheat on that lady, bro. Yeah. Her trying to get you popped makes all the sense in the world.
I mean, because I seen videos of saying that she made you a millionaire. Is that true?
45 days after that first meeting in prison, yeah, I was a millionaire.
A month.
45 days.
Break that down for me.
Okay, so
a month and a half.
When I met her that Saturday at the prison for the very first time, I stayed there 8 hours from 8 to 3. So that's 7 hours, stayed there. Okay, so during our meeting, she told me that she would do anything that I asked of her. You know, she said, you know, what can I do for you to make life better for you and your kids? You know, name any price and, you know, I'll make sure you have it. I'm like, well, I won't accept any money from you. But, you know, if you can give me, you know, some snow or cocaine, I'll make you proud of me. So she was like, well, how much are you talking? Because I can definitely make that happen. I said, you know, let's, I just threw them out there. Let's go with 50 keys. I expected to say, no, well, I'll give you 10. She said, okay, I'll make it happen, no problem.
50?
Yeah, 50 keys. So on a whim, or if only to prove to me that, you know, she still had the juice. So she made it happen. So the very next day, the dope was delivered to my house in East Oakland.
The very next day?
The very next day, Sunday.
What's going through your mind?
Nope. That's why I'm going to wrap it up, guys. If you want me to do a part 2, let me know in the comments or by the views or likes, and I'll do a part 2. And I'll also link the whole interview in the description if you want to watch it yourself. I've been Jay Stat. That ain't this. Peace.